Here we are. I feel so tired, I really do. I don't know why, I just feel really tired. Yeah. I'm currently waiting here in the queue, which I have been in the queue for quite a while actually. Let's just have a quick look. I have moved forward a couple of times though. So, I don't think so. Yeah. First thing this morning, I had to drop off one of the new DAFs for a service. And then I got to lift back, and then I end up coming to this place, which I'm not a fan of, I've got to admit. But it makes me feel claustrophobic, it really does. I might have to readjust that a little bit. I'm not happy. No. Oh, yes, so then I'll pick this up. So in Litchfield, well, I just don't like it. The reason why I don't like it is because when you're inside this place, you can smell and taste the dust in there, and I don't like that because I feel like I'm having my life being snatched away from me by sucking that shit down my neck and having my sore throat still and feeling the way I feel, even though I am perking up a bit. I still ain't 100% yet. So yeah, that's that. Anywho, was it yesterday? Yesterday, wasn't it? I was milling around on YouTube, and I'd spotted episode 1 of Blake 7. Oh dear me. So I watched it. Episode 1 of Blake 7, and the real unbelievable thing about it, we'll put away the extremely bad acting and the cheesy costumes and props and stuff. We'll leave that, because don't forget this. I think it's a 70s show. I think it was. We can ignore all that, but the story itself, right? It's like fucking hell, man. Blake 7. We live in that shit now, for fuck's sake. Being fucking drugged and fucking put into the lull of, like, you know, deceivingness, whatever you want to call it. Fucking, it's like it feels like Orson Welles' 1984, you know what I mean? We're in that shit now anyway, ain't we? We're stuck now, we're done. We're fucked. Being told what we can and can't fucking do. I think we're all a little lost at the moment. I think we could do with having a good shake-up. I think one of the big shake-ups we need realistically is to scrap this political correctness bullshit. That's one thing that's got to go. It's gone way out of hand, that has. Way out of hand. But unfortunately, I'm only a mere truck driver and I can't change that shit, can I? Don't get me wrong though, don't get thinking that, you know, it's alright to call people shit. I'm on about, you know, there's a point where, yeah, you can't be nasty towards somebody, but in reference to something, you know, it shouldn't really matter. Making jokes of certain things, you should be able to make a joke, like Ricky Gervais says, you should be able to make a joke of anything, any context, it doesn't matter. It's only a joke at the end of the day. But hey, unfortunately, like I say, that's the type of world we live in, and it will never change unless somebody changes it. Maybe one day people will wake up and go, well, we can't keep this up, this is just stupid. We can't get on doing this. We can't keep doing this. This is no good. But anyway, so I watched episode 1 of Blake Seven, and I was intrigued. You know, I just was, for some unknown reason. I do remember seeing a bit of it when I was younger, but I'm not 100%. You know, and then I watched the next episode, and then I think I even watched the 3rd episode as well, and I thought, you know what? As bad as it's you know, cheesy and bad it is, it's actually not that bad at all, really. It's like bad, which means it's good. You know what I mean? It's just odd. So of course I've managed to find more of them, and I've downloaded them onto my computer so I can watch them later, just in case they get took off. So, hey ho. I think it's I'm not actually sure how many seasons there are. I've found three seasons of which I've got them all, and I shall go through. I think what I might even do is I'll go through them through my own video editing stuff, and try and bring them the quality a little bit more up to date if I can. Might not be able to, but it doesn't matter either way. I mean, they're still enjoyable, I suppose, even though they're cheesy as fuck. Let's have a quick look to see how many seasons were. When it was, I mean, I'm sure it was a 70s thing, you know. Like 7, let's have a look. Yeah, so it was, well, it says here 1978 to 1981. So that's 3, isn't it? So now there's a season 4 as well. Oh, how about that? I will have to have a look. But it's definitely interesting in some of the things that they was doing on that show, and the way they spoke as well. Which, to be honest with you, if you're not an English person and you've seen that, you would assume that that's how English people talk. But we don't. We don't speak like that at all. It's just... But you know yourself, on some of these TV shows that you see, they... Even in... I mean, not so much today. I mean, it's altered a bit, but back then it used to be very... you know, Queen's English type of... vocabulary you'd hear even from people who shouldn't really be speaking like that. But I am. Nevertheless, still a bit of fun, and I will endeavour to watch some more of that when I get a chance. But I've got them anyway, so and being as how it says there's a season 4 as well, I might hunt for that. YouTube will be on there somewhere, I'm sure. Anyway, that's what I was doing. Not bad. There's also on Netflix, there's a new show. I don't know what to make of it yet. I've only seen the trailer of it, and it's called You. And the premise of it at the moment, by the looks of it, is this guy, he ain't quite all there. He's as smart as a whip, but he lives in a fantasy world, I think. But we'll see. I'm just looking forward to when it starts so I can actually watch it. But there ain't no release date for it yet on UK Netflix, which I don't get that, right? See, Netflix is I assume is an American thing anyway. But if you can have Netflix anywhere, why do they, you know, because believe it or not, there's 2 different types of Netflix, as soft as it sounds. The US side, and then there's the UK side. There's probably even the fucking European side or something, whatever, I don't know. But whatever the US has, they have TV shows on there that's solely for the US, and yet we can't access them, even though it's been done as a Netflix original. I don't get that concept. Because if you're, a global thing, which Netflix realistically is, and they produce an original, they ought to really open it up to everybody. So, for argument's sake, there may be a good show that me, you and the UK enjoy, but the American audiences are not as, forthcoming with it. Or the European side of it. They might like it. German, France, all that sort of shit, Spain, whatever. They might like it. We might not. I have seen a lot of foreign TV shows that have sort of like come through on Netflix. Swedish ones, right? French ones. And when you read the synopsis to it, it fucking sounds really good. And you play and it's like, oh fuck, it's subtitles. I hate that because I like to be able to see what's going on as well. If you're reading dialogue, you miss important stuff on the fucking screen. This is where I wish we could fast forward a few fucking million years and have the ability to download language. Better still, jump into a time machine, jump forward a few million years and go, right, I want every single language downloaded in me bont so I can understand the fucking lot. And then jump back again. You know what I mean? Because don't you think it would be a much more, how can I put it? I think it would be such a much better world if we could all understand each other instantly. If a French person walks up to me and starts wobbling on about something, maybe I've pissed them off, but I didn't realise it. Because they're speaking French at the moment, obviously I'm not going to understand. Same with any other Japanese, Chinese, Indian, whatever. It don't matter, right? But if you had the ability, right, to instantly understand and speak whatever language it was, right, there would be no barrier, would there? There'd be no limitations. I reckon there probably wouldn't even be any kind of segregation either in a certain sense of it all. There'd be none of that shit, would there? Because it'd be open to everybody. No matter what the language is, if you all understood it and could speak it fluently, wouldn't that be fucking awesome? Oh, wow. I understand that there are quite a few languages out there from the main stuff. I mean, you've got obviously English, you've got Welsh, Scottish, Irish. Right, those are just the local stuff. Then you've got the European side, which is, French, German, Spanish, Italian. There's Polish, there's Ukraine, there's fucking Lithuanian, there's fucking all sorts. There's so many. I mean, apparently, you'll have to let me know if this is not true, but I'm almost sure that Chinese Mandarin, which is the main language spoken as a Chinese person, but that's not entirely how it works, because apparently there's around about 250 different dialects of Chinese. You know what I mean? That's just nuts. But what would it be like, right? If, obviously I live in the UK, along with most of you lot, and it doesn't matter where you go. You went down to the Chinese restaurant or Indian restaurant or wherever, and there's a different language being spoken. You haven't got to worry about misinterpreting something. It's just instant, and you can speak it, listen to it, understand it. I think that'd be awesome. I would. Yeah. It all depends on whether there'll be enough room in your head to do all that, though, because it's that's a lot of information, though, don't you think? Would we be able to download all that shit in there? Do you think would it work? Would it fit? I'm a bit I'm having that one because it's already broken. I know they're not sweeties, but they are nice, and my throat is nice because I'm yapping away too much, so I'm keeping me throat lubricated. Yeah, so I think that'd be cool. Be awesome, absolutely. Even down to those really rare languages that are almost extinct, and people just understand and speak it, and they would feel people who are normally isolated because of it would now be open to even more of a, and their language would be brought back to life in a sense, if you like. What would be also awesome was having the ability to read and write any kind of language as well, even lost ones. That'd be cool if that was ever possible. It's like the hieroglyphs of Egypt, being able to read and write them as they were meant to be read and written, you know what I mean? Not what's been guessed as today. Yeah, it's probably about you know, close enough. But what would that language actually sound like when they spoke? The ancient Egyptians, what would they sound like? Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to find that out, but we'll never know. And when they're drawing their hieroglyphs, the pictograms they draw, how they would pronounce what that was, you know what I mean, how it would sound. I think that'd be interesting. Unfortunately, you would have to go back in time to witness that truly. And you never know. By hopping back, you might be carved onto a fucking piece of sandstone of a visitor from the distant future. Hey, when it comes to Egypt and its lost story, if you can say it like that, which is probably fitting anyway when you think about it, we don't know what really went on back then. We don't know how they did this, really. We got ideas, but some of them are so fucking stupid. It's like, how do you call yourself a fucking Egyptologist? I do not know. It's like, just leave the room, will you? You know what I mean? Cracks me up, that does. Fucking cracks me right up. Well, yeah. Who cares? Do you care? I don't. It doesn't really interfere with my everyday life, not knowing. But I would be rather disappointed, right? Because I know a lot of speculation about that civilization back then, but I would be very disappointed if there were certain aspects to all of that shit that was built all of those thousands of years ago, and there actually is proof of what it's for and what it actually does, and yet they're just keeping it to themselves. I think that'd be a bit silly. I mean, if it was like some individuals do think, if it was a device that if it was a device which was used to generate energy, electricity, and through all the excavation and the research that's been done through all the years, that they did actually find proof of this, and it's always been hidden away, locked up somewhere through the powers that be. I'd find that really sad. I really would. It just shows you how shallow-minded these certain individuals can be. Fucking hell. Wrong way. Holy shit, that caught me by surprise. Fucking hell. That was supposed to happen. Oh, I told you. I said, ain't right yet. I'm still dying. Fucking hell. Holy crap. I almost coughed half a lung up. It's caught right there, I can't shift it. It's gone right down my windpipe. Oh, fuck me. That was fun. Not. Yeah. Well, that was a pain. Sorry about that. I know you don't want to watch me having a coughing fit. But anyway, unfortunately, whenever there's anything that'll, let's put it like this, whenever there's something new or even old that will save the general population money because they don't have to spend as much on a certain product, well, the people who make that certain product don't want that. So when it comes to energy, they want you to use their product. They don't want you to use something that could potentially be free, right? There's only really one thing that's free that we've got, which is water, right? Believe it or not, you don't pay for water. What you pay for is the pipes that deliver the water and the purification process. That's the only thing you pay for. You don't pay for the water. That's what your water rates are for. But and that's that. But see how they've found a way around it, which is, I mean, for me, that's fine, right? Because you are paying for something to be done to the water, clean it up. At least that's what they say they do. If you want to be the tinfoil hat wearing person, you'd think, well, all the chemicals they're shoving in, it's there for mind control. But yeah. And then obviously you've got the other smart people that decided, well, if we really purify tap water and put it in the bottles, we can make even more money. And I'm my own culprit for that one, because I drink my water out of my bottle myself. And that is, at least that's my choice. I do that because I prefer that than I do tap water, because even though they do all the cleaning and shit for tap water, it stinks fucking awful and it tastes like shit. I can only do tap water if it's boiled. That's it. Can't drink it from the tap. Fuck that. Made me laugh the once when I'd filled a pint glass up from out the tap. because I'd been doing something and it was a warm day and I was really thirsty, and I thought, and I got no water, and I went, and as soon as I lifted it to my face, the stench from it was just awful. It fucking stunk, and the taste of it was just nasty. I just fucking binned it. Like, fuck that, and put the kettle on instead and had a cup of coffee. Yeah. At least if it's boiled, half the crap's gone out of it, you know. At least that's my opinion anyway. I'm sticking to it. I don't know what you think about the way the water tastes these days. I mean, there is definitely one place in the world that I know to, well, in this country, should I say, well, it's even this country, but it's on this island, and that's Wales. Now, their water, I remember when we used to go to Shell Islands, right, which is like, is that north or mid-ish Wales, somewhere out there anyway. We used to go there on holiday every year, right, camping. I fucking loved it down there. It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And there was a specific pitch site that we could go to, whereas anywhere near there, there's a set of dunes. It was like almost like an entrance to the beach and the sea. Brilliant. And you go up and over the dune. It went down into a dip, which then the dunes are up there. You walk through, and obviously through the years of wind and all that sort of shit, it does change shape, but it still kept most of it. And you'd have the water taps that'd be located through the campsite, so you can wheel your water container off to it and fill it up, which is one of the jobs that we did when we was kids. But I used to sit underneath that tap and just glug 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 glug, you know, because it just tasted so sweet. It was untrue, absolutely sweet as fuck, and it was the best tasting water ever. But that was down in the 70s, that was. So whether it's still the same, I don't know. But not far from where the campsite is in Shell Island, there's you could see the mountains in the background, and we used to go off and drive up to the end, because there's like a walk up there you could do, and we come to the natural water springs that was there in the mountain, and jump in, and you could drink that shit as well. It was so clean and pure, and it tasted awesome. It was beautiful. It doesn't matter how many fucking fishes pooped in it or whatever. It doesn't matter. It was constantly moving all the time, coming down through the mountains, and I suppose it's naturally cleansed, and isn't it? But I tell you what, I used to guzzle that shit down my neck like none tomorrow. Never bothered me. It was beautiful stuff, that was. But yeah, not up here. No, fucking, and it obviously wherever certain places the water gets either better or worse, you know. It's really strange. From where we are at the moment, I mean, yeah, the water don't taste or smell very nice, but it's nice for a cup of coffee. That's enough for me. I ain't bothered now, as long as it's that, I've got that. But what I tend to do if I want a glass of squash, I use that. I even use that to fill my ice cube trays up as well, because when that freezes, it's very clear, and it's cool, it's nice, refreshing. I don't know if I go on about some stupid shit, I don't know. Well, it passes the time at the end of the day, that's what I say. It passes the time. Anyway, what time is it now? 11:15. I still haven't been fucking touched yet. I've been here since 9:05. This is why I don't fucking like coming here. Unless you're first in the queue and you can get done, you can forget it. You can forget it. It's going to be well after 12 o'clock before I get it. It might even be after 1 o'clock by the time I get out of here. But they already know. They know what it's like. Yeah, well, I better go, hadn't I? And I'll speak to you a lot later. You can't really have a good day today because it's fanning it down a rain, so yeah, it's just another miserable, shitty, crappy day. I'm not a fan of the rain. at least it's not cold. There is that, but I don't like the rain. Rain's depressing for me. Well, I'm gonna go. I'll speak to you a lot later. Right, have a good day if you can. And you never know where you are. It might be sun shining, so you'll be having a great day. So see you later. Ta-da. Bye. I think I might watch some Blake Seven on YouTube.